Hey scientists! This is the Explore video. I'll tell you some of the features of the Explore section of the assignment. Okay, so you're going to start out with an article. Remember that all those blue words connect to the glossary. So you can go back and check your glossary. And then they gave you a video, and they gave you a little passage. This one takes a minute to load. Just give it a second. There we go. It didn't take long. All right, so you have a little article to read that gives you some more information about minerals. And I'll just click my back button. Okay, and then the images over here. Remember, you can click those if you want to, but the main part of the information is going to be just right here under the image. All right, so then you have a little activity that you can do with the minerals. So there's a speaker button up here, so you can go ahead and listen to it. But you can click on the properties, and then each time you click on a property, you can do some activities where you try to match the luster to the different minerals. All right, if you're ready to exit, when you finish the activity, you would want to go use your back button. So one thing I noticed in this section is that main question from our Engage lesson was, how are minerals different from rocks? And so this title right here makes me, when I see rocks and minerals in the title, it makes me wonder, maybe the information in this section of the text is going to tell me something that I can use tomorrow or the next day in my explain. Because I'm going to go back to that question. I have to be able to explain how minerals and rocks are different from each other, and I have to explain how minerals are different from other minerals. So that's what I'm looking for in all of this text. I'm looking for the answer to that one specific question from yesterday's Engage lesson. So you have some videos. And here we have a little classify activity. So you drag the photos to either rock, mineral, or neither. And even these directions, if you highlight them, you get that little speaker text. So it'll read it to you. And then you submit it when you're finished. And then the cool thing is, as the teacher in teacher mode, I can see all your answers. And so then I can check to see how you're understanding based on what you've read this week. Now we're going to read about the differences in minerals. So that sounds like the answer to that other question. This one has a text answer. So you read the little scenario, and then you can type your answer in the box. Okay. Over here, it shows the rubric. So this kind of problem I'll have to grade for you after you submit it. The other ones, I think you get results right away. So you can always go back and check your results to see how well you scored. Obviously, the more you write that's connected to the text, the better, the more points you're going to get. All right, then we click the next button. So this is explore more resources. So if you don't feel like you have the answers quite yet, then you can go back to some of these resources. Now, some of these we've already seen. Like, I remember this was in yesterday in the number 1 part of the lesson. But this little reading passage is new. You might want to read this little reading passage. This might be the one we already read. Nope, we haven't read this one. So this might be another way to get information for the next part of the lesson. I'm just going to use my back browser. They give you some other, lots of reading passages. I'll let it load. Yep, so you can see all these little interesting, I like these little science passages right here. They look kind of colorful, like magazine-ish. And then we have some interactions. So I remember we saw this one already, but we might not have seen these two. So you might want to look at those and just see which ones which one of those you've seen already, or maybe which ones you want to do again. And then I think you can skip this part. I don't think you need to do that. I looked at that, and it's it's something that we would probably do at school together, not something you would do on your own. But if you want to click it and look at it, you're more than welcome to click and look at anything you want. All right, and then that would be the end of that. So these two parts, I would say probably do on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then you can move on to the next part with next. And I'll do another video to explain how to do the explain part. Thanks for listening, scientists. Good luck with your research today.